Welcome again to our Leadership Excellence for Women by Women talk show. For those of you that are new to our talk show, the Leadership Excellence for Women by Women is actually a nonprofit, a 501c nonprofit that is headquartered here in Dallas, Texas. Our vision is to create a global nonprofit community where current leader and potential leader can connect, explore, transform, and uplift each others to reach their limitless possibilities. Our mission is to establish partnership with subject matter experts and develop interactive communication environment that will bridge community and programming. We focus mainly on the following area: talk show that feature different issues, like the one we will be talking about today. We also do career coaching, business development, mentorship, and leadership coaching. We also operate in small business micro-lending, especially for women in rural area in developing countries. We are also in image consulting and coaching. And finally, we do humanitarian causes. Today, we have a great pleasure to have a beautiful leader that I was fortunate enough to meet and watch her operate so wonderfully, an organization that is based here in Arlington, Texas. And she is the executive director of a nonprofit. Correct me if I'm wrong, Julie.
Yes, that's right.
Of a nonprofit that is called Cwjc. She will tell us more about it. But before we get started, we really want you, beautiful men of God, men of valor, and precious women of valor, to make sure that you are tagging your friend, because we believe that in this time of technology, information is very important. Don't keep this for yourself. You may think like this is not for you, but you never know. I will just give you a quick example of myself. Like I said, I was a recipient of Cwjc program in 2007. Is it 2007? I believe.
Wow, that's a long time ago, Mercy.
It is. And I believe when I moved actually in Dallas, Texas with my husband, we moved for the ministry to establish the church here. And at the same time, I was looking for a job, and it was taking forever to get the job. And one day I was passing by, I saw, I believe, a sign. I can't remember how I got the connection, but I believe it was divine. And when I got the connection, it was a flyer. I looked at it, I was like, well, you know, I am not doing anything at home. Let me call. And when I called, it was actually Julie who picked up the call. And just from her gracious voice, I was like, I need to see the face behind this beautiful voice. So she made an appointment with me. I came in and I was drawn to it. I was drawn to the whole thing. And it was truly a blessing for me at that time. And I believe it's still a blessing because, like I said, those of you watching us, you may think like, well, you know, this is not for me. But again, like I said, you never know. Today, as a CEO of my own nonprofit, Julie, I can tell you, I'm really utilizing, especially those classes for QuickBook. It has been helping me a lot. So again, our beautiful viewer, take time to tag your friend, to share this, and make sure that they have the information. Without further ado, I would like for Julie to introduce herself. Our talk show, the theme of today is Focus on Cwjc, a nonprofit organization that provides free job skill, social skill, and also help build self-worth in women. Julie Forrester, could you please introduce yourself and tell us who you are?
Thank you, Mercy. I'm really glad to be here with you today. You know, it's so true about what you say, whether this information helps someone who is viewing, actually, You know, their mind could be just whirling about, oh, I know someone who could benefit from this program or someone who could support this program. So I appreciate the opportunity to tell a little bit more about CWJC. My name is Julie Forrester. I'm the executive director. I have been in this position since 2009 and just humbled every day to be able to come to work as I call it, and just know that this ministry, this opportunity helps so many women. And I know we'll talk about that more in the future of this conversation. But I've been in ministry for many years. My husband, Keith, and I have shared ministry opportunities, ministering to young people as well as adults. Have had some time in the corporate world. I have many years my age, so I have lots of different experiences that I think help as I do my best to lead this organization surrounded by many volunteers and just great people who love the Lord and love the idea of second chances for women, which CWJC provides.
Thank you so much, Julie. And by the way, 2-3 months ago, I had another Julie executive director as a speaker. So when I did the flyer and I posted, people were calling me, oh, is that her that is coming back? I said, no, you both are blonde. So people thought it was. So let me make it clear. It is not the same Julie. Today we have Julie Forrester, and she's executive director of CWJC. The previous Julie was executive director for Adera, which is a nonprofit that operates mainly in Ethiopia. So with that clarification, could you please tell us what does CWJC stand for and how long have you been operating?
Okay. CWJC stands for Christian Women's Job Corps, and our actual location is Christian Women's Job Corps of Greater Arlington. We have been operating since 2005. I'll just go ahead and tell a little bit of background about CWJC at this time. It is a national organization, came out of the Baptist General Convention back in the 90s. And today there are, I would say a couple of hundred sites nationwide, 60 or so in Texas. And like I said, we were founded in 2005. We were birthed out of First Baptist Church here in Arlington, but shortly thereafter became a 501c3 ourselves. So we know about the self-funding issue and importance of that. So that's a little bit of background about our site.
Thank you again, Julie. And from my research, I found out that CWJC is also in other states. You just mentioned that. How many CWJC sites are there altogether? Just an idea.
Like I mentioned, a couple of hundred. The really one really neat thing about the CWJC ministry, while there are key elements that each site must abide by, you must have a director, that would be me, a board of directors. We are a Christian organization. A woman does not have to be a Christian to participate, but we do offer Bible study along with our other classes. We have a mentoring program, which we'll go into a little bit more detail. Other than that, each site has the flexibility to act autonomously. So while we're in the DFW area, as you mentioned, we don't need to offer, say, GED classes or literacy classes, as some of the smaller locations do. We focus mainly on job skills training.
We will get to that actually.
Okay.
Since its opening, how many women has CWJC of Greater Arlington been training? What is the graduation rate? We hold our program twice a year, in the spring and the fall, and we'll talk more about our fall session, which kicks off here at the end of August.
So 2 sessions a year, we have graduated over 600 women from our program. And that's about an 85–86% graduation rate. You know, it's a huge commitment on the part of the women who participate. They really have to commit themselves, and we're very open at the outset. We don't hold anything back. You know, the program is not for everyone, but we do expect if a woman does agree to participate and she meets all the criteria, that she fully commits herself to the 10 or 12-week program, whatever we're holding that particular semester.
Thank you so much. And of course, we said Cwjc is the Christian Job Corps for women, but do you also offer training for men?
We do not, pardon me, the national organization does offer Christian Men's Job Corps. There are much fewer men organizations throughout the United States. I know that there has been one in the Arlington area. I'm sorry, I'm not sure if it is still operating at this time.
Okay. Yeah, because I definitely believe, I recall actually when I was taking the class a few years back, they had some classes for men. That's why I wanted to make sure to ask the question.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about your training and mentoring program. What sets Cwjc apart from other similar organizations in your training and mentoring program?
As far as the training is concerned, our program is entirely tuition-free to the women who participate. When I give the initial information to the women, I like to quote a session that faxes information about an Excel class that they teach. It's a one-day class. They charge over $300 for a one-day class. And Excel is one of the Microsoft Office subjects that we teach, and ours is entirely tuition-free. So obviously that sets us apart. But at the same time, we are so blessed with qualified and experienced teachers. For instance, our lead computer teacher, while she's retired now, in the workforce, she taught Microsoft training for 25 years, I think. Microsoft certified. Our QuickBooks teacher, which you'll remember, Mercy, is a retired accounting professor. We have an English professor from UTA that helps in our resume writing class. So our teachers, as I mentioned, are highly qualified, but the program is entirely tuition-free. So you can understand our desire that a woman fully commit herself, because this is an awesome opportunity for her. We also provide individual mentors for each of the women who participates. We call our mentors journey partners. This will be a Christian woman who will be a friend, be an encourager for her partner during the session.
Thank you, Julie. Actually, I need to clarify something. I was at Cwjc, I think 2013, not 2007.
That sounds more like it, yeah.
Yes, 2017.
I didn't think it was that long ago.
Exactly. And then I just want to emphasize on your mentoring program. I was a beneficiary of that. And I recall you matched me with Barbara Bates.
Yes.
Think about it. How many years ago was?
Yes.
And today we are friends.
You still are. That is awesome. That is such a testimony.
Exactly. She's been instrumental, even giving me advice, recommendation for, the nonprofit and contact information. So this is again to showcase to our viewer, this is just not like a one-time hit and then you go.
Right.
The lifelong work organization. And I'm very grateful for that. So thank you again, Julie, for.
Yes, ma'am. That is great to hear.
I would like us now to talk about the job readiness program. I know you talk about the computer class. Do you still offer the QuickBook class also?
We do.
So maybe if you could explain on that. And then you just mentioned the resume review, writing, all of that, because I remember I went to all of that. Can you please explain better? Because sometimes people say, okay, well, if it's just a Microsoft Office class, I'm not interested, but there is much more. And that's what I ask the viewer to understand and to see the possibilities.
Okay. We, about the Microsoft Office, at this time we're teaching Microsoft Office 2016, and we will teach Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and also Outlook. We have a kind of an entrance questionnaire, so the teachers will know exactly where each woman is in her typing skill and also her computer knowledge. You know, that just helps with the teaching in the classroom. We do offer the class in QuickBooks, and it's 2018. And as you know, Mercy, as a business owner, to be able to keep your accounting system straight and write those payroll checks, QuickBooks is very beneficial. So we do offer that class. We have an HR professional that helps us in our resume writing class, help perfect a woman's resume or just help her from scratch, be able to produce a valid resume. We've also added a class in LinkedIn, which, as you know, is a great way to communicate out there in social media, you know, job opportunities and also qualifications. We have a professional who helps us in that class as well. So that's really our job skills training. We practice on interviewing skills. We'll also have mock interviews, and the HR professional, he'll play back the interviews. And I tell each of the ladies, you can't be absent on those days. You know, it's a little uncomfortable, but it's a great exercise for them to be able to see themselves on camera. So we really do a good job in our job skills training.
Thank you again, Julie, for that. Now, how about the social skill program?
Personal development classes, you know, you look at, Cwjc looks at the whole woman. And so there's so much more being successful out in the job market, being successful in your family, and just in your personal relationships than just acquiring job skills. So our personal development classes include communication styles, learning how to effectively communicate with people who receive that information differently. We offer a class, it's called Boundaries, when to say yes, how to say no, respecting boundaries of other people, but also respecting your own boundaries and putting those out there. You know, so many of us can't say no to anything. And so this class helps in that perspective. We also have classes in time management. We have a professional who comes in from Dallas. She's a financial manager, and she provides a money management course for our ladies, and, you know, working on improving your credit report and how to apply for loans, those kinds of things, how to budget. And all of our information that we share is biblically based. And so that's an important aspect of our program. And then I'll just bring in guest speakers. You know, maybe we'll have somebody come in and talk about education opportunities at the local college, those kinds of things. Or women who have started their own business will come in and share that experience.
Thank you, Julie. I would like us to touch about one other aspect. You are a lady like me, and one thing that really connects most women is the pampering, the fashion, the clothing, the style. And Cwjc has a wonderful and amazing program. Can you please tell us about it? Because I believe this program also helps a lot women to build their self-worth.
Right, right. You know, sometimes downplay our appearance. And, you know, Mercy, you look beautiful today. And so we think that's an important part of the whole woman. We are very fortunate. We have a clothing boutique here at Cwjc, and we receive business appropriate clothing donations from women in the community. All types of clothing, accessories, jewelry, shoes, purses, that kind of thing. We have a great volunteer team that meets every week. They receive the donations. They will size our area. I wish you could see it because it looks like a little boutique. They have it decorated, and it's just a very welcoming atmosphere for the women. Our ladies will shop a couple of times during the session when they participate, and our team will be there to help them put outfits together, make sure they have the appropriate size so it looks becoming on them, help them accessorize with appropriate jewelry. And each lady, when she graduates from our program, she'll receive 12 to 15 beautiful outfits. And, you know, what a blessing as she maybe is going back out into the job market, not to have to worry about spending extra money to outfit herself. We have helped her with that. We also partner with a couple of friends who are Mary Kay distributors, and they'll come in and help with appropriate makeup and coloring, that kind of thing. So it's just a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun while we are just pampering our ladies.
You know, Julie, I want our viewer to understand when we talk about the boutique, we are not talking about like a $2, $3 outfit. No, no, no. I can testify. We're talking about really high-end designer clothing, beautiful suits, and season-appropriate clothing.
Right.
Because I remember when I was doing the course, for every season we were allowed, you know, to come to the boutique, and it was wonderful to see all those beautiful ladies with so many different skin tones, all shape, all height, coming together, and just being able to see so many beautiful clothings and shoes and accessories. It was just like you entering like a beautiful tabernacle, and you opening the box and you seeing all those gifts to you. So this is something that I really want to emphasize to our viewers, especially women. Even a man, your wife or your friend may be sitting home, maybe looking for a job, or maybe going through, you know, some life issues. Why don't you try to connect them to CWJC? Like Julie has explained, they really tap into the whole well-being of women. This is very particular, it's very different. That's really set CWJC apart from other organizations. You're not going there just to learn skill in Microsoft Office or QuickBook. No, no, no. You're meeting with sisters. You're meeting with instructors that are here for you. You have the opportunity to have a mentor that can help you, you know, just to be an ear to listen to you. So don't take this lightly. I am telling you, I am going to really share something personal. When I started going to CWJC, I was going through some really tough time in my life. I had lost 4 babies, 3 pregnancies. It was tough. And I recall, you know, Julie, how you were really there for me, even offering prayer. And for me to be able to get out of the house, to come among other women, was helping me through that process. So again, to our viewer, female and male, this is a great opportunity, especially if you are in the DFW area. And as Julia said, it is free, it's complimentary. Technically, it's not really free because we will touch into that later on. There are people that are sacrificing for this. For me, for the other participants, and for new students to be able to have this program for free. There are people behind it. Financial.
And I would add to Mercy, that really explains it very well, that you know, some women will come to us and they know exactly what their future holds. And this is, participation in this program is one step that way. But then there's a whole nother group of women who come, you know, maybe it's a 50 or 60-year-old woman who has been outsourced from her job, and she lacks confidence to be able to get herself back into the job market. She lacks current skills. And so much about the CWJC ministry is the relationship building, as you mentioned. You're in a classroom with other women from all walks of life, all ages. And to just be able to form friendships and relationships with your teachers, your mentor, and also your classmates. The testimonies, the stories are just amazing about women who have just come out of their shell and, you know, have entered the next phase of their life with confidence. And it's just, it is so humbling, and it is such a blessing to be part of this program.
It sure is, Julie, it sure is. My mentor, Barbara, I would say there is almost 20 years difference between she and I. I'm 47, and Barbara, I think she's close to her 80, maybe not 80, but very close to it. But we can spend hours and hours on the phone talking. We may not see each other all the time, but I know that there is someone in this area. And again, remember, I moved from another state to here, so it was tough. Tough making, you know, a new friend. Everything was new, so that helped me a lot during that process. Now, let's talk about the practical side of getting into CWJC. When is the next semester starting?
The next semester is very close. August 30th, it will be a 10-week semester. The past couple of semesters, talking about COVID, we went to online training. We had never done that before. All of our classes were always on site, but I was very pleasantly surprised. It worked out well as it could with the circumstances. You know, everybody during that time really had to kind of shift gears, and we did that. This semester, we are coming back into the building, thankfully. And so we will have in-house classes, day and evening, but we are also continuing to offer the virtual classes for those women who, you know, maybe wouldn't be able to make the trip to come in every day. And so the application process just begins with a phone call or an email to me. We'll meet. I'll tell a little bit more about CWJC. We do have some requirements as far as English speakers. You have to be able to type just a little bit and have a little bit of computer knowledge. But if anyone wants any information at all about being accepted into our program, I just suggest that you get in touch with me very soon because we are in the middle of the application process at this time.
Sure, and for our viewer, on top of this video, I will put, actually you have Julie Forrester's information, the contact for CWJC, the location. So everything is provided at the top.
Good,
all you need to do is just make the phone call and make the phone call for your wife and see her blooming, because I can testify of that. You will see her blooming. So again, make the phone call. It is not too late, but time is running. So the sooner you take advantage of this, the better, because I believe the seats are limited, right,
yes,
Julie?
That's right, yes. Our class size is limited.
Okay. You just mentioned earlier on about COVID in 2020. We all have been through this thing of having to move remotely and do everything online. And you mentioned that in 2020, CWJC provided for the first time a 10-week online program. And I believe you just mentioned that you will be offering the same this year, this semester.
Yes.
So to recap, there are 3 options for you to take the class. So you have no excuse. My precious women of valor, you do not have any excuse.
That's right.
You have a morning session, you have an evening session, and you have an online session where you can even take the class in your PJ. How else,
PJ bottoms.
Exactly.
I want everybody to have a nice top on, but I don't care what you have on from the waist down.
Thank you for mentioning that, Julie, because we definitely don't want like a bed non-made in the background.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure for the online, and it looks like it's funny, but all of these are training.
Yes.
Because today we are all seeing it. We are having to work from home. And for you to know, to be exposed to this kind of training ahead of time is preparing you for the job market.
That's right.
To become more professional, to present yourself as professional from top to down. So again, this is great to know that there are 3 options. Again, I don't want to repeat myself, but just to make sure that everyone understands, you have a morning session, or the evening session, or the remote session.
One other thing, Mercy, let me also mention, once a woman graduates from our beginning class, our level 1 class, she can participate in what we call our level 2 class, which focuses on preparation for certification by Microsoft in Word. So that would be a huge addition to any woman's resume to be certified by Microsoft. And CWJC will pay for all of your testing for that. So again, there's no cost to you, but a huge benefit.
And Julie, I would really like you to reiterate the normal cost of taking a Microsoft Office class. Maybe some of the viewers don't have any clue, but you're talking about at least 1,000 and plus.
I think so, yes. Even if you go to a junior college, there's a huge expense. The textbooks alone that we use in our classes are $50 a piece. So, we just, we're blessed with great support. And that we are able to continue to offer our program tuition-free to all of the women who participate.
Thank you, Julie. Still regarding the program, just to make sure, because I'm sure some women are like, wow, maybe someone in Paris or in Dakar, in Senegal, for instance, in Africa, may be like, wow, they're offering the program online. I could take it. Could you please explain? Out of state or even overseas students welcome to take the online training program?
Okay. And unfortunately, we are not able to offer that at this time. All of the programs that we use are licensed for CWJC. And so any woman who participates virtually, we will loan her a laptop computer. Because our IT team has already loaded all of the information that she needs on that particular computer. Our hope and a goal that we have is that in the future, we will be able to offer our program through our website, password protected, to where women all over would be able to participate. Gosh, wouldn't that be awesome? So we are looking toward that end. So I would say stay tuned, ladies, because it could happen sooner than later.
Sure. And again, if that happens, I'm in contact with Julie. I would be more than happy to let you guys know so that you can take advantage of that. Throughout the talk show, we mentioned about the Microsoft Office class, the QuickBook, the boutique, all of that, you've said a couple of times, are done by volunteer.
Yes.
Again, to run such an organization, it takes money to pay for the rent and all of that.
Yes.
Could you tell us about your need? Even if someone is not interested in taking the class, for instance, how could the person donate? Because I'm sure you might have need for volunteer, you might have need for financial donation. Yes. What is the need for CWJC and how people can reach out to you?
I appreciate you asking about that, Mercy. We are always looking for volunteers. I am paid staff, and we have a part-time CWJC graduate who is also paid. But other than that, all of our teachers, our mentors, our IT team, everyone in the background, our board of directors, everyone is volunteer. And so, you know, you go through seasons in your life. And so I would say if you want any more information about the volunteer opportunities, a lot of them are very flexible to where they can fit into the schedule that you have at this time. Yes, please contact me through the information that Mercy is sharing. And, you know, the financial support, you know, I appreciate you sharing that information. We always hate to ask for money, but especially by providing a tuition-free class. We do have a building that we occupy. We have electricity, you know, just those operating expenses. We mainly, our board of directors does a fantastic job in holding fundraisers for us. That's one of their main responsibilities. And if I can take a minute, Mercy, I'd like to tell you about a couple of fundraisers.
Please.
We just had in June held our 11th annual golf tournament. Obviously during 2020, we weren't able to hold any of our fundraisers. But if you're a golfer, please go to our website. We'll do it again next June. We have a great time, and this is one of our major fundraising events. In October 1st, again, this information is on our website. We will hold our 6th annual Ruby Awards Luncheon. And it is so named Ruby, patterned after Proverbs 31 that talks about a woman being more precious than rubies. We honor Christian women in the workplace. We receive nominations, and then we will honor them with a plaque, and we'll tell about them. We have a great luncheon. They bring friends and family, and we invite the community to come. We prepare raffle baskets, and we have a silent auction, so that helps. We have some beautiful, beautiful raffle baskets that have been prepared, holiday themed, that will be for raffle at the luncheon. This year, we are honoring first responders in our community. So we have, I just think this is going to be so special. Sorry. We have a local policewoman. We have a couple of doctors, a couple of nurses, and we are also honoring our first ever Man of the Year, named after a former board chairman, a friend of ours who passed away last year from cancer. And so we are honoring his memory by naming a man, you know, because you look, even though our organization is specifically geared towards helping women, we have several men who are involved in our organization. You know, I think it's so important for women to have relationships and be able to see men in appropriate roles in their lives. And so those are the two main fundraisers that we have. We also participate in the North Texas Giving Day online opportunity. Hopefully, Mercy, you also participate as a nonprofit in North Texas. And, you know, and then we're also always looking for individual donors. You know, if you feel so inclined to support CWJC, please know we so appreciate your support.
Thank you, Julie. You know, when you were talking, I was smiling inside because I remember a few months ago when I started the talk show, I had the first talk show, actually, when I did it, I had so many mail calling or texting or messaging me. Why are you saying, why is the name of the organization Leadership Excellence for Women, by Women? What about us, the men? So I had to come back on the second talk show and explain that even though I did not mention men in the title of the organization,
right.
Truly the name of the organization was given to me in my dream by God. So I didn't come up with the name. But once a month, I invite on the talk show a man. And I explain also to the women that, just like you say it beautifully, we women, we cannot go without our men, without right. Our father, our brother, our husband.
Right.
They are part of us. If we talk about women becoming leader or aspiring to become leader, we need that connection with our men in order for us to become holy.
Right.
And to become whole, I mean, not holy, but right. To become whole and to be the best that we are. We still need that perspective, that male perspective on our side to see that, okay, we are going somewhere, but we have also the push and the blessing. So I'm glad that you also mentioned that because most of the time, you know, we are in a day where women tend to think like we can do everything without men.
Yeah.
And let's just face it. I wouldn't say it's a lie because some people believe in that. That's the belief. But, you know, like you said, we believe in what God is saying. Yeah. And we are here on earth to be the complement with them and to get to where God wants us to be.
God's design. Yes, ma'am. That's right.
Exactly. So I'm really happy that you mentioned that, Julie. Any final word for our viewer?
You know, I think we've covered so much of the CWJC ministry. I just really appreciate this opportunity, Mercy. And I would just say to any of the viewers out there, if you're, you know, God's kind of pricking on your heart a little bit, please give me a call. I would be happy to visit with you. No commitment on your part. I would just be happy to give more information and let you know more about this fantastic and important ministry. So many women have been helped, you know, and then it's a domino effect from, like we were talking, you know, the woman to her family to her community, so please give me a call. I would love to visit with you and share my passion with you. Thank you, Mercy.
Thank you so much, Julie. And thank you for everything that you are doing for women. And, you know, you're doing your part on earth. And that is beautiful. Thank you so much. And stay beautiful.
Oh, yes, ma'am. You as well.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.